This start. We are by the terminal parking, so let's call up and get this thing started. Fond du Lac ground, Cessna 731 November Echo is at parking. Request taxi.
November 731 November Echo, Fond du Lac ground, runway 27, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 27, taxi via Alpha, 1 November Echo. All right, so we have our taxi clearance. Go ahead and get set up back here. Good. We want our taxi lights on. Whoops, sorry.
November 6733 Papa, Fond du Lac Tower, runway 27, cleared for takeoff. Thanks, straight out departure.
So we're going to 27, which is right there. We can see another person taxiing on that runway. I don't think that we have to worry too much about collisions, but I'm going to strive not to collide with anybody. That was pretty close, but yeah, we're just going to come up here past this King Air. I think it's a King Air. There we go. We're seeing a mix of other people too, that some of them could be on the network and some of them might not be. One of the other things I want to just check really quick as we're taxiing is go ahead and check the FPS. FPS is 23 connected to the network right now. That's a little interesting because it was previously 50 something. So we're going to go ahead and taxi via Alpha to 27. Then, because we are next to the departure runway, we're going to go ahead and switch over to tower. Fond du Lac Tower 731 November Echo is holding at runway 27, ready for VFR departure. Why am I getting an echo?
731 November Echo, Fond du Lac Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Runway 27 cleared for takeoff. 1 November Echo. Well, that's interesting. I didn't expect that.
The white Cirrus taxiing on runway 2, or taxiing on taxiway Alpha. Contact ground, please.
Okay, that could be a problem. All right, here we go. Should turn these on before. Taxi lights are off, strobes are on, fuel pump's on, pitot heat can come on, airspeed's alive, and we're off. That was done in a bad order, but bad pilots doing bad things. Whoa, we're getting some weird artifacts here. Let me just check that this is
Fond du Lac Tower, Sierra 768, Foxtrot Sierra on Alpha, short of 27.
November 768, Foxtrot Sierra, Fond du Lac Tower, make straight out departure, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Straight out departure,
Oh, yeah.
27, cleared for takeoff, 8 Foxtrot Sierra, thank you.
That got messed up. Huh. Very interesting. I'm not sure why that's getting messed up. Let's try this. There, did that reset? Alright. Flaps up. We're just gonna keep climbing here. And let's go ahead and I gotta figure out why that was broadcasting on 2 frequencies. I did not expect that. Let me see radio debugging what's going on. So let's see. Oh, look at... Yeah, whoops, sorry. Why is that receiving? That shouldn't be receiving tower. That's weird. Those two frequencies are linked, I suppose. Okay, that makes sense. But I shouldn't be... I should not be... Let me see this again. Ah, see, now that's interesting. Oh, whoa! Here's a here's a raid all of a sudden. Okay, that's very interesting. So the radio stack is not quite working the way that I expected to. It seems to ignore, in fact, these settings completely as far as my transmit. So that is very interesting. It's almost like this is on all the time. Oh, now that works now. Oh, okay, that was weird. That was really weird. Okay, I don't like things that are weird. Let me go ahead and get rid of this other view, because that's not really helping you. All you can see is a huge target. All right, so welcome Raiders, Scotty Dahati. Hi, thanks Peter, thanks Spundot. Wow, I'm trying to catch up on chat. Let's see, Peter Mooney's here. Thank you so much for the raid, Peter. This is exciting. So some of this I had tried to rehearse on network earlier this week, but of course, as is typical, as soon as you get into the real deal, then there's all sorts of last-minute changes that didn't happen during rehearsal. So, okay, so we've got some traffic off 2 miles. We're looking at 2 mile, 6 mile ring. So. I don't think we can see anybody just yet. We're going to climb up to 4,500 and then we're going to level out. And I believe we are already past Fond du Lac. Yeah. Okay, so we are heading westbound, southwest bound. And we're going to tune up the ATIS here really quick. So can I see any traffic? Should be a ton of traffic out here. One of the reasons I'm using X-Plane instead of yeah, exactly. I don't know. I didn't take French in school, so I have no idea if I'm pronouncing Fond du Lac right. But you can look it up. It's KFLD, and maybe you can tell me. I've got a little bit left to climb here. I'm trying to shortchange my climb here. All right, let's turn southwesterly. We'll give these guys a wide berth because I think there's a bunch of people out there. Everybody's going to have a different plan. There's really no radio comms that are expected in this event, so that's one thing that's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and set cruise power, which from memory I think is around 2200 RPM for this plane. It's the 172. This is the stock 172 from XP11. So we're already airborne. We finished our climb, so we can turn off the fuel pump. We'll leave pitot heat on. All the other lights are on. Beacon, landing light, nav light, strobe lights are on. And they want all the lights to be on for this. Because it helps with airplane visibility. Okay, so I'll try to trim for level flight. I'm about 100 feet below. And then we'll go ahead and set up the... Whoops, sorry, if I can go in the right direction. We will set up the radios. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up our Fisk arrival to Oshkosh. We want to monitor 120.7 is our frequency. So 120.7. There we go. We'll flip that over.
Information Bravo is now correct. Wind is calm, altimeter 2902. Due to the traffic volume that's building up, we're going to start using the Puckaway Lake transition. And then, again, that's going to start at the southwest corner there of Puckaway Lake.
Great. So we have Bravo. Is that it? Sounds like maybe that's it. All right, so we've got information Bravo for that, and they want us to use Puckaway Lake. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the knee board back so that we can see where this is. I'm also going to try to keep an eye on my heading. So if we look at, if we look at the map, we can see we're here, and we're heading, you know, kind of southwestish, and we're descending. Why are we descending? I guess I didn't trim very well. So I'll go ahead and trim up a little bit. So Puckaway.
White and blue Piper, half mile southwest of 5th. Roger.
Puckaway is... Here we go. This guy. So it's the second lake. So if we look out here, we probably can see Green Lake. So that's Green Lake. And the lake beyond that is Puckaway. In between us, we can see the little Green Lake, which is right there.
Great, wing lock on you. Any preference for you for a runway? I've got a little gap.
So far I can't see anybody. According to ADSB, we have traffic that's about 2 miles out.
You can talk.
2 miles and 600 feet above us.
27, roger. For that, the Cessna 0 Papa Mike. Follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27, maintain 1,800 feet.
I do not see him.
You can monitor tower 118.5, welcome Ashcraft.
So part of this experiment is going to see if...
Due to the traffic volume, we're going to start transitioning at the Puckaway Lake southwest corner there. Southwest corner Puckaway Lake. Pick out an aircraft similar in size and speed to follow 1,800 feet, 90 knots.
Have a good night, Soundtrack. Thanks for rating with Peter. Thank you. Why are we descending? Yes. I really need to get those bingo cards. That's awesome. I got that right from my X-Plane mobile training. Oh yeah. Isn't that the Cessna? Yes it is. That is correct. So we're gonna see if we can actually see the traffic.
I see a really good conga line coming up the railroad tracks. You guys are looking really, really good. You're making this really easy for us here at Oshkosh. Again, follow an aircraft directly over the railroad tracks, 1,800 feet, 90 knots. No S-turns, no side-by-sides. If you're unable to follow the aircraft in front of you, break it off. Try it again. Again, we're starting at the Puckaway Lake transition due to the traffic volume.
Okay, so what else can I do here?
I need 2736 left and right.
I need to understand which runway I'm going to get. So if I get... Sorry, I left that on there. I'm just going to put it up here because it's probably easier to see. So if I get the railroad, it's going to be north. If I get the Fisk Avenue, it's going to be south. So north is going to be 118.5. So we want to tune that in right now. 118.5.
Got a little bit of time here. I've got a blue and silver Cirrus coming up mile southwest of Fisk.
There we go. That's 5. And we want to tune south, which is 126.6.
Blue and silver Cirrus, 5 Charlie Alpha. Go ahead, talk to me, will you?
6.
Charlie Alpha, 1,800 feet.
Where are you coming in?
126.6. So we got
Where are you coming in from?
our north approach, 118.5, and we've got 126.6. No, she means
I was wondering where you're originally from.
where you're from. That's okay. Nerves are high. Okay. Let me know if... Oh, I actually have control over the volume here. I can just tune this. I think I can tune these radios down a little bit. There we go. we'll wait until she speaks again. Okay, so we're coming down to 2,500. We're just south of Green Lake, and we're already starting to see some traffic on our ADSB. So this is just the traffic that we can see. We're probably seeing a little bit of the Green Lake traffic, and she said to go to all the way to Puckaway. So we're going to be going to the end of that lake there.
Coming up half mile southwest 5th, correct your wing.
And we just have to stay clear of all the other traffic while we're doing that.
White and red Cessna, great wing lock on you, turn right heading 090 for the left base runway 36. Once again, right turn now heading 090, follow that east-west road, left base runway 36. Red and white Cessna coming up a mile out, 7 Charlie Zulu, Rocker Wing.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for stopping by, Simi 639. Yep. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it.
Monitor Tower 118.5. Cessna 46 Golf. Great job on you. Follow that east-west road for left base runway 36. Monitor Tower 126.6. Again, everybody, I need you directly over the railroad tracks. It looks like someone's breaking it off. If you're breaking off, go back and try it again. Otherwise, that's 99.
Try to set the volume down a little bit so it's better.
I'll get you in here if you can. Skylane 3 Victor Rocker Wing, please.
Okay, we're at 2,500. We're going to stay up here. Let's see. So the high and fast traffic is going to be at 2,300 and I'm sorry, 2,300, and the lower lane is that we're aiming for is going to be 1,800, and it's going to be at 90 knots. So that's what we're going to aim for. So we're going a little bit fast right now, but we're trying to get in position. So we want to head over to Puckaway.
Doing a great job. Join that railroad tracks. You're doing really good.
Let's go ahead and look back to this really quick.
Cherokee coming up mile southwest of 5th.
Go. Whoops, not that one.
Traffic.
Whoa, that was loud. That's going to become a real problem. Where was that coming from? Somebody flew really fast over us? Okay, so we have some other people in front of us now, and there's one 600 feet below us, so we have to start watching that kind of closely.
Red and white Skylane coming up half mile southwest of 5th, correct your lane.
So we're just going to start to sequence behind these guys.
Red and white, there you go, red and white Skylane.
Oh, let's see. Iowa Scotsman says, hopefully by next year I'll have enough experience with VATSIM and ATC in order to be comfortable doing this event. So, Iowa Scotsman, there's the interesting part about this event is that it's kind of unique in that you don't have to communicate with ATC. So they may ask you a question, like they may ask you where you're from or something. Oh, geez. Where did he come from? Wait. Oh, he's not on. He doesn't have his ADSB on. Oh my goodness, that's realistic. That is very realistic. So at Oshkosh, you have to keep your head on a swivel. So I wonder if he has a partial read. So I noticed something. I noticed that if you have both VATSIM and the Pilot Edge client installed, VATSIM will actually take over TCAS, so it actually turns your ADSB off, and you won't be able to get this display unless you go into VATSIM and turn off or release the TCAS control. So only one of the systems can own the traffic control system. So that guy effectively is like somebody who didn't have, who doesn't have ADSB, which is always a possibility. You know, there's a lot of experimental planes at Oshkosh every year, and they don't necessarily always have ADSB, although I don't know, ordinarily if you were flying anywhere near a Charlie, you would be mandated to have that, but I think there's sometimes there's exclusions for that. All right, so as we get up here to Puckaway Lake, so the lake behind us there, that's Green Lake, and does nobody else has their lights on? Like this guy doesn't have his lights on. Oh yeah, he does. I can see his strobes. It's a little hard to make out during the day, but he does have his strobes. So we're a little bit below. So I'm just going to make sure I'm back up at 1,800 feet. This is where my scan has to start. And as we get set up here for Puckaway, I want to decrease the range. So let's go ahead and decrease the range. We're now at 2 miles. We need to be a half mile in trail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the top one to, actually I can set the top one to something less, and I'll set the lower one so that I can see a little bit more context. There we go. So on the bottom I have 1 mile, so I'm looking to get traffic no closer than half of that ring. And on the top I've got a 2 mile inner ring and a 6 mile outer ring. So that should let me keep some situational awareness on any planes that are reporting ADSB. But you know, the problem is it looks like there's already some Nordo traffic, so that's, or not Nordo, but they're not reporting ADSB. So
Everybody, traffic's really starting to build, so we're going to move it out to the...
oh, I'm sorry, you were asking for some help if you did. Do I use a yoke and throttle quadrant? I do not use a yoke and throttle quadrant. I use a stick and throttle. So a little bit different, but you know. Mostly I do that because I fly a lot of different aircraft, so I'm using track IR to give me the ability to look around the cabin. Oh, that's interesting. Wait. Oh, man. Okay. Well, so Endeavor is the last one. That's the furthest away. So let's go look at the Endeavor. This is, so the middle one is Puckaway that we were going to, but now we want to go to Endeavor. So we were so close to Puckaway, but now it looks like we want to go to Endeavor. So I'm going to break off here and climb up. Go ahead, and you can see the conga line here. Here's the conga line. So we are going to go over to Endeavor. Wow, I've never gone to Endeavor before. I think track IR is something like maybe $70, $80. If you don't like that, there's also another product called Tobii Eye Tracker. I've heard great reviews about that. If you don't want either of those and you have a cell phone, there's actually some software that you can run on your cell phone. If you prop it up, I think you can look at your face and you can load some kind of face tracker on there. I think it's called Open Face Track or something. So I don't know. There's some options now that are pretty cool. I'm getting quite close to that other conga line, so I'm going to veer off. We're not going to make these guys nervous. All right, so we got our climb rate. We're still below 3,000, so we're going to keep our mix rich, and we're going to try to see if there's anybody else. One of the problems with a high wing as opposed to a low wing is you can't see people you're climbing into. So sometimes it helps to do some S-turns and lift the wing. If we were doing maneuvers, we could do a couple clearing turns, but I don't need to do that here. All right, so let's see where we are. If I look down here, okay, so we've got the Endeavor Bridge on Pakawaki Lake, is that right? Pakawaki Lake, whatever this is like very narrow. It's kind of a skinny lake, and we're looking for the bridge all the way over at the west end. So let's go over here, and we can indeed see a very skinny lake. Here's the skinny lake, and there's the west end of it. So we're going to pick up here, and I believe the bridge is kind of at that end. Yeah, in fact, I can even see it right now. So that's the other advantage that X-Plane is giving me over Microsoft Flight Simulator is the ability to see long distances. Oh, I'm getting kind of close to these guys again. All right, we're going to see if we can sneak in here. Don't really want to sneak in, but okay, I'm kind of at 3,500, but I probably shouldn't be quite that. That's not a westerly course. Westerly course would be either below 3,000 feet AGL, or it would be at 4,500. So I'm going to go ahead and descend down to 3,000.
White and blue Lancer, follow the railroad track. Northeastbound, runway right up for the right down on runway 2.
Let's see how this is looking. Peter Mooney, gotta go. Good luck. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the raid, Peter. Means a lot. I appreciate it. Oh, let's see. Big, and does that $80 come with the tracker, if that's what it's called? So it comes with two things. One is like a little infrared camera that fits on top of your monitor. And then the other thing it comes with is this little 3 reflective things. There's this hat-mounted one, and there's another one that kind of sits on the side. Sometimes you can attach it to your headset or whatever. Either way, that's what it's doing. For the Tobii eye tracker, it's kind of cool because you don't have to have anything on your head. It just looks at where your eyes are looking. So that's why I said some people are having a lot of fun with that too. I'm using a mod for X-Plane called X-Camera to make the track IR work a little bit better. The default track IR support isn't so great, but highly recommend X-Camera if you're using X-Plane. And this is an experiment, so I've tried configuring X-Plane so that it works. And then this event goes on for 4 days. There are 4 different time segments. They're going to be landing slightly different runways. And I'm going to try Microsoft Flight Simulator on some of those days just to see what the differences are personally. The biggest thing that I had problems with last year running Microsoft Flight Simulator was visibility of the other traffic. In real life, it's hard to pick up other VFR traffic, but I think Microsoft makes it a little bit harder, especially if you're getting in as close as half a mile. You really have trouble seeing the aircraft after about a mile or so. So I don't know. We'll see. This is part of the experiment. Endeavor Bridge, that's like as far as you can go. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so we're right over the Endeavor, that lake. And the bridge is right over here. There's the bridge. So what we want to do is we want to lower our speed. We need to start thinking about 90 knots. And we can see somebody in front of us, probably a higher, faster aircraft, because we should be at 1,800. So we're coming down right now, coming down to 2,000. I don't see anybody directly in front of us. You know, one of the things about the real event, now there's 90 knots, roughly that's like 85. Here we go, 90 knots. So we want to stay at 90 knots if we can. Okay. I'm trying to find the right pitch power settings for 90 knots. That's still descending a little bit, so I'm going to pull back a little bit more, trim it out. And we're at like 1,850. I want to be like 50 feet down, so I'm going to let it trim down a little bit. And our speed looks pretty good. So we have traffic in front of us that appears to have been starting at the bridge. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fly straight over that bridge, and then we're going to follow this route in. So if I look at this, basically we fly from the Endeavor Bridge waypoint to the end of Puckaway Lake to the end of Green Lake, and then we follow diagonally up to Ripon. So all right. So it seems like a good speed is probably, a good power setting is probably like 20, maybe 2100. I'm using about 2000 RPM. There's the bridge. See some traffic going on top of it. I'm going to keep it on our left side. I don't see any traffic to our right. We want to do a quick clearing check, just to make sure we're not turning into traffic that might not be on a ADSB. So do that little wing check to the right. And we just do a quick gentle turn, maintaining 90 knots, maintaining 1800 feet, as close as we can to that. So we're descending a little bit. We'll just go ahead and give it a little more power. And there we go. Bob's your uncle. There's Endeavor Bridge. We are on our way. So from here, the next waypoint is going to be Puckaway Lake. So that's roughly right over there. So we just can keep our turn and follow that straight in. And I believe that is correct. But why don't I really quick check that and just make sure that we're pointing in the right direction. Okay, yeah, there's two lakes. There's Puckaway Lake in front of us, and then there is a smaller lake that's just to the south of that. Actually, I can see like 3 lakes. So is that right? Yeah, there's Grand Lake that's between those. And there's a couple smaller lakes that might not even be on the VFR chart, so we're just keeping our eyes peeled for that. We've got traffic over here to our right at the same altitude. We do not see him. Again, it's not always easy to pick up traffic. And we're just joining the conga line. So right now we've got a pretty big gap. Got like a 4-mile gap to the next traffic.
There you go. Red and white Cessna. Follow the railroad track further right down on runway 27, 1800 feet. Still gravel pit. You can monitor tower 118.5 from Oshkosh.
Okay, we'll bring that down a little bit. Sigur Mia, hi, thanks for joining.
Really good. It kind of makes the job a lot easier, a lot smoother, a lot safer here at Oshkosh. Again, half-mile internal spacing directly over the railroad tracks. No side-by-sides, no S-turns.
Good. Turn the volume up on her a little bit.
Go back to the Endeavor Bridge and try it again. Find an aircraft similar speed and type to follow. Once you're in the immediate vicinity of this, about a half-mile to a mile out, we'll pick you out by type and color and give you a runway assignment from there. Please acknowledge all transmissions with a good wing rock. Sometimes we don't have time to ask for it, but a good wing rock acknowledges that you heard us and you're following instructions.
So you actually don't need
Again, everybody directly over the
voice
railroad
comms
track,
for this. Everything's just visual. Unless they ask you a question, then you can talk to them if you want to. How are we doing? Looks like we're not doing too badly. We have somebody coming in trail behind us, maybe 4 miles back. So we've got this wonderful gap here right now between, 4 miles in front and 4 miles behind us. So it seems like the majority of traffic got all packed up together, and then it got a little spread out in the back. So
just want to also make sure everybody's got their lights on, gear down, slow down.
Yes, geared
That's the half-mile southwest of 5th, correct?
geared down and welded, as they say.
White Cessna, thank you so much for that. Turn right heading 090.
Okay, we're coming up to
for
Puckaway
left
Lake.
base Runway 36, follow that east-west road, left base runway 36. Right turn heading 0909. Beautiful turn that night.
Let's check our frame rate.
Monitor tower 126.6, welcome Oshkosh.
Frame rate is now 60 FPS, so that's good.
White and gray Cherokee, half mile southwest of 5th, pressure.
And our lighting changed in the cockpit quite substantially.
Nice wing rock on you. White and gray Cherokee, follow the railroad track northeastbound for the right.
Go ahead and bring up
27.
some of that lighting.
Feet until the gravel pit, monitor tower 118.5.
Here we go. Well, I cut off the fuel accidentally. All right, maintaining that 1800.
Black and white bear and a half mile southwest of 5th.
Everything seems good.
Black and white bear, nice wing rock on you there. Follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27. If you're able to slow down to 1,800 feet, 90 knots, that'd be great. Otherwise, you speed up there and monitor tower 118.5. Welcome to Oshkosh. White and blue Cessna, half mile southwest of 5th, pressure.
Okay, let's see. We're coming up to Puckaway Lake here. The next visual waypoint is going to be Green Lake, which is right over here. So we just follow this lake up. The next lake is right up over here. So we're going to skirt around this lake.
You're starting that right turn too late, so I'll tell you what, follow the railroad track, continue flying the railroad track for the right down on runway 27. 33 Papa, go back, follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27.
33 Papa going back.
33 Papa, just follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27, monitor tower 118.5. Cirrus, 8 Foxtrot Sierra, rocket.
I hope this doesn't get crazy as we get in. That's going to be... It's guaranteed to get crazy.
East-west road for left base runway 36. White Cessna behind that Cirrus, half mile southwest. Follow the railroad track right down on runway 27.
They did a nice job on the scenery. So this is custom scenery from Pilot Edge that they use for the event. We can't show it off during other times, but we're allowed to show it off during the event. So.
Monitor tower 118.5, welcome to Oshkosh. Yellow Cessna, half mile southwest of 5th. Rocket wings.
Let's see how we're doing. We have somebody over here to the right. Looks like they are coming in straight to join the conga line in front. So.
2 Kilo Foxtrot, turn right, heading 090 again. Turn right, tight right turn there, heading 090.
So that would be Green Lake that they're heading towards. That means
Cessna 2 Kilo Foxtrot, you're following that Cirrus.
Either they see the space and they're just kind of trying to sneak in, or they're not listening to the Fisk approach, because she said Endeavor Bridge.
Again, everybody needs to be directly over the railroad track. I don't need you to the left or the right of the railroad tracks. You need to be directly over the railroad track. So tighten up.
I gotta be keeping my eye on this guy.
I'm talking to Cherokee Romeo Oscar Mike. Tighten up over the railroad track. You're to the southeast of the
They
railroad
do
track.
have radar, so, and because Pilot Edge gives you the tail number, they can call you out by name if they need to. So that's a little bit easier than the actual event, because the actual event they really don't have that.
Track off your left-hand side, so if you can kind of track those just a little bit, give me like a 10-degree turn northeast there to follow that railroad track there. There you go, nice job.
Oh, now that guy just disappeared.
Once you see the railroad track,
nope, he's back. He's 900 feet below, which is, wow. He's like trying to come in low-level flight somewhere about 4 miles off that way. We have traffic in front that's coming within 2 miles. I hope he can keep the speed up, because I'm watching him on my 1 mile ring. He hasn't appeared there yet.
Looks like I've got a long, easy 2 takeoff off coming up on a mile southwest of 5th.
Long, easy. Nice choice, man. Nice choice.
Any preference for a runway? I've got a little bit of a gap.
27, we great, thanks.
Long Easy 2 Tango Golf, Roger, follow the railroad track for that right down on runway 27, 1,800 feet until the gravel pit, monitor tower 118.5, Walkman Oshkosh. Romeo 0 Mike, you're now north of the railroad track, so kind of tighten it up off your right hand side there. Start a slight right turn there, slight right turn to come back over the railroad track. There you go, you're doing good. I see you. Romeo 0 Mike, keep with that right turn to join the railroad track, right turn to join the railroad track.
So
Cherokee Romeo 0 Mike.
sounds like they're doing 27
right turn, you're paralleling the railroad
to the
track.
north,
The railroad tracks
and
are directly off your right hand side there.
are they doing 3-6? I think they're doing 3-6 for the south. I should have been listening a little bit more closely.
Cherokee Romeo 0 Mike, do you see the railroad tracks off your right hand side at all? You can talk to me.
So there is some talking.
At the moment, no.
At this moment, no. You're almost coming up over it. Just keep flying. You're doing really good. The railroad tracks are directly off your right hand side. You're paralleling the railroad track.
Okay, we've got Green Lake in front of us. That's the Green Lake transition. So we're just gonna fly right over
Cherokee
this,
Romeo 0 Mike,
and
you're doing
then
good. You're almost directly over the
follow
railroad
up.
tracks. Just keep flying the heading that you're on. You're doing really good. How about a good wing rock on you?
And we're descending.
There you go. Great job. Again,
ahead and
follow
pull
the
this
railroad
up a
tracks.
little bit.
You're
Not
slightly
too
off
much.
your right-hand side. Follow the railroad tracks for that right down on runway 27, 1,800 feet until the gravel pit.
Trimming
Keep
flight
your
sims
monitor
can be a
tower
little tricky
118.5.
sometimes, a
You're
little
doing
touchy.
Great job. Do not start turning left. Just keep turning right just a little bit there. Cherokee Romeo 0 Mike, you're going away from the railroad tracks. Railroad tracks
Oh,
on
no.
the right-hand side. Start a slight right turn. Slight right turn. Romeo 0 Mike, turn right, turn right, turn right. Green
Uh-oh.
657 Whiskey Bravo, what's coming up on a mile southwest of this structure?
Okay, we got anybody else coming from the side? No, everybody's doing really good at
Green
maintaining the
657
Congo
Whiskey
line.
Bravo, do you have a preference on the runway?
27, please.
Green Kit Fox 7 Whiskey Bravo, follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27, 1,800 feet until the gravel pit, monitor tower 118.5. Cherokee Romeo 0 Mike, again, the railroad tracks are off your right hand side. Cherokee Romeo 0 Mike, I'm going to switch you over to frequency 118.5, 118.5. Again, I need everybody coming up directly over the railroad tracks.
Jeez, I'm
directly
not-
over the railroad tracks towards Fisk.
Why is
from
altitude
Ripon,
not
half-mile
on?
trail Spacing 1,800 feet.
I'm
No
a
side-by-side,
bad pilot.
no S-turn. If you're unable to follow the aircraft in
That's
front
probably
of
why
you,
that other
it's
guy
not
couldn't
gonna
see
work.
me
So break
either.
it off, try it again. We are doing
Oh,
the
that
Endeavour
was
Bridge
stupid.
transition due to the traffic volume. Pick out an aircraft with similar speed and time.
Oh, I'm
to follow.
squawking now. I don't like that. It stays on standby. I should check that though. That's my own fault for not doing
I do
proper
have a little low
pre-flight
note, so I'm gonna
checklist.
reach out to Skylane 19 to Romeo. Where are you flying in from?
Flying in from Indianapolis.
Good job. Hope you're enjoying the flight.
Awesome.
Sky 19 to Romeo, any preference on the runway for you?
No preference.
I'll give you instructions once you get a little closer here. Again, everybody's looking really good, directly over the railroad tracks. Everybody keep it directly over the railroad tracks. Single file, no tail, half mile and trail spacing.
This is pretty
1,800 feet.
low level flight actually.
Red and white Cessna, or Skylane 19 to Romeo. Turn right heading 090, follow that east-west road for left base runway 36. Once again, right turn now heading 090, follow that east-west road, left base runway 36. Sky 19 to Romeo, great turn on you.
Okay, we are coming up to, what is this? We're past Green Lake. We are on our way to Ripon. Ripon is the next waypoint. Ripon is about 4 miles to the east of Green Lake, and there's the end of Green Lake, and there's about 4 miles east, so it's
All right,
over there.
everybody, information Bravo's now current. We're going to take the transition now just to Puckway Lake. Puckway Lake transition. Again, everybody southwest corner Puckway Lake. Following aircraft, similar speed and type to follow.
Somebody's coming back the other way. Plus 900.
Again, everybody, I need you directly over the railroad tracks, over the railroad tracks. Looks like I got a diamond. You're a little high, and that's fine. Just continue inbound. Railroad tracks off your left-hand side.
Oh, you know what? I wonder. Can I turn on traffic? I can. Here we go.
For that white and black.
So now ForeFlight is showing me traffic too.
Coming up on a half mile southwest of Fisk, rock your wing.
I'm getting a little low. Good, trim up a bit. Okay, this
White and black diamond.
guy.
Follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27.
It's more of a half mile out.
Actually, if you can, start your descent 1,800 feet.
Oh, he's coming over the lake. Turning this way?
Tower 118.5, welcome Oshkosh.
Looks like he's turning behind me.
If you have retractable gear, everybody make sure that your gear
He's
is
gonna
down,
sneak
lights
in
are
behind.
on, follow the railroad tracks.
That's
directly over
probably
the railroad
okay.
tracks, 1,800 feet, 90 knots, no faster. Once you're in the immediate vicinity of Fisk, we'll pick you up by type and color, give you instructions from there. We are landing runway 2736 left and right, stages 20 and 22 of the NOTAM. Welcome to Oshkosh.
All right,
everybody.
where are those towers? We're looking for the grain towers. There they are. So the kind of, you know, darker towers. That's the beginning of the railroad track approach to Fisk. So this is the town of Ripon. That's one of our visual checkpoints mentioned in the NOTAM.
Blue and white Cessna, half mile southwest of Fisk, rock your wing.
So there's Green Lake. That's the last of Green Lake. Bye-bye, Green Lake.
Blue and white Cessna, nice wing rock on you, turn right heading 090, follow that east west road for left base runway 36.
Got somebody coming in trail behind us, but they're more than a mile out, so don't have to worry about them. We're just making sure that we maintain that 1,890 knots.
Blue and white Cessna, once again, follow that east west road, left base runway 36, monitor tower 126.6, welcome to Oshkosh. White Cub, half mile southwest of Fisk, rock your wing. White Cub, follow the railroad track for the right down on runway 27, 1,800 feet until the gravel pit. Monitor tower 118.5, welcome to Oshkosh.
Climbing up a bit.
Looking at the radar, everybody looks really good out there from Green Lake on. Nice separation, nice separation. Everybody's in a nice conga line, half mile in trail spacing.
Yep, that's what we're aiming for.
Is transitioning at Green Lake?
So the next one that we're looking at is going to be,
If someone was talking to Fisk, say again.
there's a smokestack that we should be looking for, and there's also a grain
I'm
farm.
not sure where the transition begins. Could you advise?
All right, the person that's talking to Fisk, your transmissions are barely readable. We are using the Puckaway transition. That's page 10 of the NOTAM. Puckaway transition, southwest corner of Puckaway Lake, which is about 36 miles southwest of Oshkosh.
22752, roger.
There we go. So this comprises two things. There's a road here, and there's a railroad track by these grain silos. So we want to follow the railroad track up. We actually have really good visibility today, so we can see the water tower all the way out here.
1,800 feet until the gravel pit. Monitor tower on frequency 118.5. Welcome to Oshkosh, everybody. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be talking to you later in the week.
All right. Good shift.
Fly safe, have fun, and if you guys are really flying into Oshkosh next week, be safe and enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Thanks, it's the fun.
That is definitely on my bucket list. Okay, here's the town of Ripon. Here are the grain silos and the railroad track. So this basically is the railroad track going through town, and we want to follow that out. So I'm going to keep it on my left side. I'm just going to fly a little bit offset over to the right so that I can see where it's going. Keep an eye out. Looks like my frame rate is a little bit slow, so let's go ahead and check that. Looks like it's 25 right now, 24. So we have to watch that to make sure it doesn't get below 20, otherwise we might have a problem with our sim rate. Okay, that guy who's in trail behind me just poked up on the back of my radar, so my 1 mile radar, so, or not radar, I'm sorry, ADS-B. So that means that he is, you know, or she is basically 1 mile in trail. So as long as they don't get halfway inside this ring, we should be fine. So that's kind of what I'm watching for over there. There's the railroad track. We still got it in sight. How are we doing for our altitude? 1800. Speed is 90 knots. We're looking good.
Okay.
Now we are going to look for, there's these smokestacks. We want to follow the smokestacks. Here are the smokestacks.
Clear.
And the railroad track goes up along here. The next
All right, everybody, welcome
visual
to Oshkosh.
point
We got,
is
a new crew that just came in here, so looking forward
the
to
farm.
working with you guys. We'll pick you out by type and color in the immediate vicinity of Fisk. Maintain 1,800 feet and 90 knots. If you can't do that, maintain 2,300 and 135 knots. Pick you out by type and color in the immediate vicinity of Fisk. First one I'm going to talk to Silver Cirrus, half a mile southwest of Fisk. Rock the wings for me, please.
Oops, sorry.
Nice, rock for the Cirrus. Continue up the railroad tracks. You're going to go to runway 27, right
See
downwind
where
for
we
runway 27. Keep your downwind inside the gravel pit. Tower will pick you out by type and color in that area. You can monitor tower now, 118.5. Welcome to Oshkosh.
Oh, there's like 3 people coming up to Fisk.
Fisk. Rock the wings for me, please.
We're not quite there yet.
Looks like a, yeah, I see the rock now. Nice job, white and blue stuff. So start a right turn for me now, eastbound, join Fisk Avenue. That's going to set you up for left base for runway 36. Tower will let you know if you're going to land on the big runway or the skinny runway. You can monitor tower now on 126.
Okay, they're landing 36 and 27.
Right now, please join Fisk Avenue. There you go. And monitor tower 126.6. Welcome to Oshkosh. Need everybody directly over the railroad tracks. Make sure you're not going GPS point to point. Need you directly over the railroad tracks. Find somebody you can follow.
Directly over the railroad tracks. Okay, all right.
White Mooney, half mile southwest of Fisk. Rock the ring for me, please. White Mooney, nice rock. Continue up the road tracks. You're going to runway 27 today. Runway 27 for the White Mooney. Keep your downwind inside the gravel pit, and then monitor tower on 118.5. Welcome to Oshkosh. Like you guys are doing a good job coming up the rail tracks. Find somebody you can follow, at least a half-mile in-trail spacing. We'll pick you out by type and color in the immediate vicinity of Fisk. Maintain 1,890 knots, and if you can't go that slow, maintain 2,300 feet and 135 knots. If you're retractable gear, make sure the gear's down, make sure your lights are on so we can see a little bit better. Got a white and blue Cherokee, half mile southwest of Fisk. Rock the rings for me, please. The white and blue Cherokee. You're going to runway 36 today, nice rock. You can start a right turn now to join Fisk Avenue, follow that eastbound. Tower will pick you out over the interstate, and then we'll find runway 36 left or right for you. Start a right turn now for me for the white and blue Cherokee, and you can monitor tower on 126.6. Welcome to Oshkosh.
Any chance for 27?
Yeah, why not? Make that left turn back over the railroad tracks for the white and blue Cherokee. Just northbound, rejoin the railroad track.
So we're coming up to Fisk here.
Let
me see if I can point this out.
Keep your downwind inside the gravel pit and monitor tower on a different frequency, 118.5.
I believe I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing it. Yeah, I think we're already gonna cross over this. So one of these routes goes over here to the east along Fisk Avenue, and the other one goes along the railroad tracks, which continue up to the gravel pit. over here. So
Everybody inside of Ripon, we're looking out there with the binoculars. Everybody looks really good. Make sure no side by side, no over under. Make sure you're directly in trail of the person you're following, and we'll pick you out by fist. Next one, about a half mile southwest of fist. So white and red Cessna. Rock your wings for me, please. White and red Cessna. Rock your wings.
rocking our wings.
Good. Rock for the Cessna. Do you have a preference? 3.6 or under 2.7?
Oh, we could do 2.7. Thanks. Sorry, we can do 2.7.
All right, just continue up the railroad tracks for the white and red Cessna. Up the railroad tracks, right downwind for runway 27, Monitor Tower on 118.5. Welcome, Oshkosh.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and switch over.
Rock and start your descent for runway 27. Turn your base beam the orange dot, green dot, clear to land. You're number 1.
Now we are following the railroad tracks, which is a little bit hard to see in this view. Try to do this view. Make it a little bit easier to see. There's the railroad tracks, right? So in front of us, they go right up to this thing called the gravel pit. Here's the water tower. So we're basically going to be entering a right downwind for 27, so it's going to come around this way. And you'll kind of hear that this next part is going to kind of go pretty fast, so I'm going to be focusing on...
I love that base turn out of you, Sirius. Keep that dog leg coming around for the green dot. You're doing great.
Okay.
All right, I got a Mooney just going northeastbound. Looks like it's
There we
going a
go.
little too far north. Go ahead and make a right turn. Join the downwind, please. Rock your wings.
There is the gravel pit, so I can already see.
Excellent, Rock Mooney. Yeah, just a little far north. You want to keep that gravel pit off your left side. But go ahead and re-enter the downwind there. You can start your descent out on 1,800. Going to make a base turn, beam the orange dot, green dot, clear to land.
Ooh, green dot, nice. All
Sirius,
right.
great job. Right turn into the grass. Welcome to the show. You were wonderful.
All right, it's go time. This is what it all comes to. Here's Oshkosh. You can see it from the distance. I'm still not seeing any traffic, so...
Say again the dot for the moon.
Mooney, no problem. Green dot, clear to
Green
land.
dot.
What I want you to do is make that base turn as soon as that orange dot's off your right side.
Where is that gravel pit? There it is. It's a little bit harder to see when you get close up. Yep, that is the gravel pit.
And White Piper over the water tower. Rock your wings.
Whoa, he's over the water tower.
Good, Rock. Start that descent out on 1,800 for runway 27. Turn base to beam the orange dot, green dot, clear to land.
I do not see him. Oh. I've got more than a mile away from him, so that's fine. We should be flying right over the gravel pit. There's 27, so we're going to be landing this way. We're kind of pointing eastbound. So
Great job, Booty. You can make a right turn into the grass. It has been rolled smooth for your pleasure. Welcome to Oshkosh.
right turn into the grass. All right, let's see what we got here.
All right, Arrow, give me a little more base turn out of that into a dog leg straight for the green dot now. Thank you. Runway 27, green dot, clear to land. Got a white and red high wing over the water tower. Rock your wings. Good, Rock.
Traffic.
Get that descent for runway 27. We're going to turn base to beam the orange dot. You're going to be cleared to land on the green dot.
Okay, cleared to land green dot and turn to base on the orange dot. So we're going to start our descent.
Great job, Arrow.
There's the green.
Great job on the roll out there. You can make a left or right turn. The grass has been rolled smooth, safe to go
And
on.
we're gonna
Perfect
turn
for
our
you.
base.
Welcome to the show.
And we're going to start our descent. Notice how unconventional this is. So I'm going to slip it in here and point it down. We are diving it. This is what you have to be prepared to do. Very unconventional. Okay, we are going away from the orange dot towards the green dot. Here we go. We're keeping our speed down by side slipping and diving, and then we're going to pull out, roll out right on the green dot, or close to it. No, that's close enough. It wasn't perfect, but you know, we'll take it. Okay, we want to pull over to the right here, get down to a reasonable speed, pull out onto the grass, and then check right. And the grass has a little bit more friction to it, so we'll go ahead and give it the beans. I didn't hear him say anything once we got down. Okay, well, technically we are now down. We can taxi to parking. So taxiing to parking is following these flag guys. I wonder why I can't hear him. I basically stopped hearing all of that traffic. Of course, there wasn't anybody that was too close behind me, so... Oh, here's somebody.
All aircraft coming up the railroad tracks for runway 27. Make sure you stay directly over the railroad tracks and maintain 1,800 until you turn that right down. Keep that gravel pit off your left side. Don't get too far north, of course. It's hard to see you out there if you do that. So keep that gravel pit off your left side.
Well, that was anticlimactic. We didn't get a welcome to to Oshkosh, but you know, there was a lot of stuff going on. I think there was somebody cleared to Orange Dot who was making the one base, and I was cleared to start turning my base on the orange dot and land on the green dot. So.
All right, looks like I've got a high wing joining the downwind, almost to be in the gravel pit now. Rock your wings.
So now we can go ahead and turn this down.
Let me see a good wing rock. There you go. Good rock on that. Start the descent now for runway 27. I want you to turn your base turn right at the
There we go.
orange dot. We're going to land on or after the green
So just
dot.
keep that down. Now, the other question: we're supposed to keep taxiing. I don't think we have to worry about switching frequency here once we're on the ground. I'm not going to look at this too long without seeing where those guys are. I think... Well, here's somebody over here. So we're just going to keep following the taxi guys around. Don't want to get going too fast. I don't know that that's actually a parking area. Let's see if we can figure out where the parking areas are. So all aircraft should follow around here.
That's a good job. Keep that coming around. Land on or after the green dot.
Let's see, and these guys, yeah, so this flag person is telling me I should go in between these two flag guys. In fact, I should stay inside of all of these. All aircraft.
On the base, or downwind right there. Go ahead and
good, okay.
Turn, make that right turn around all the way around. I want you to aim for that orange dot. Make it a dogleg turn. Just like 6 Romeo Delta. Make that right
there
turn.
Is parking over here that you can see some models. And we'll go ahead and park here and then see if we can change the views around so we can see what's going on. Think, yeah, here we go. So there should be a line of these guys. Yeah, so here's our parking. We can actually go ahead and park right over here. Ordinarily you would pre-arrange what parking spot you were going to, and you would put a piece of paper in your windshield that would say where you were going to park, what area you were going to park at, and then the volunteers would point you towards one of those parking spots. So we'll go ahead and follow this guy. I think the end of the line is pointed that way, so we'll go ahead and go down here. And ordinarily they would kind of park us or point us in.
railroad tracks 1,800 feet, 90 knots, still reaching the gravel pit on the northwest corner of the airport. Just prior to the gravel pit, begin a right turn.
There's a guy that's waiting. I'm gonna park it over here.
Closer and issue landing instructions. After landing, all aircraft exit into the grass on the right. Follow the flag method parking. Welcome to Oshkosh.
I think we can just maybe pull up just a little bit here, but that's about it. All right, let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Sorry. Am I not? Yep. What's going on here? There we go. Parking brake set. I should have gone ahead and cleaned up when I landed. I think I cleaned up the flaps, but turn off the landing light. Leave the beacon on. Nav lights can come off. Strobes can come off. Pitot heat can come off. Let's leave the radios on, see what we can see.